You guys ready to see the goodies? I'm not used to saying that unless there's a group of small kids in front of me and I'm in an ice cream truck. Alrighty, so without further ado, it's time to show you guys all the DVDs and Blu-rays I picked up in my last video. You know, the one where I went down to Indianapolis and hit up 26 pawn shops. And here's what I came out with. You know what? We'll start with the Blu-rays first. How's that? First up, this is Midnight Express on Blu-ray. I've never seen this movie, but I know it's dark, it's gritty. You know, it shows the test of the human spirit. I mean, they torture this guy. This is the one, if you guys aren't familiar, where the lady holds her boob up to the window and kind of cries, "Billy!" Yeah, but anyway, this is like a digibook edition of it. I mean, it looks classy. You know, it's got all the little pages in here. You can flip through them. And I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. And I paid $9 for this. Already, the next few Blu-rays are all action movies from the 90s. And, I mean, I don't know what it is. Over the last few months, I'm just in this action Blu-ray movie mood. I mean, every old action movie that I liked from the 90s and the 80s, I have to get on Blu-ray. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of deeper meaning there, but it's Speed, and I've seen this thing 100 times on DVD. I've seen it everywhere on DVD, and I've never bought it, not even for $2. I think at one time I could have got it for $1, and I didn't do it. When I seen this on Blu-ray sitting on the shelf for $5, I said, hey, I gotta get it. You know, and it being on Blu-ray actually makes me want to go watch it again. I don't know why. But Keanu Reeves, he plays, what was his name? Jack? Yeah, Jack, and he has to stop this bus that can't go below 55 miles per hour or it blows up. I mean, that's the perfect plot for a movie right there. Every movie should have that plot in it. And this was when Sandra Bullock was in her prime. I mean, something about her driving that big bus and holding that big steering wheel and always being panicky and asking, "What to do, Jack? What do I do, Jack?" I love a woman in distress. I'm sure that also probably has a deeper meaning behind it. Next up, to continue the action mode, it's Last Action Hero. And if this doesn't say action, I don't know what else does. That's kind of a joke. But you know what? Some people just don't get this movie. I mean, yeah, it was cheesy, it was corny, but it was making fun at itself. It was making fun of the genre of action films. You know, it's got Arnie in it. It's got that little asshole, what was his name? Danny? Yeah, Danny. I don't know. I didn't like that guy. Just something about that kid. You just want to pluck his eyes out, you know? Just on a side note for you guys, the guy who actually plays the Ripper in this movie, I mean, I don't know what it was. I liked him, and I wish the Ripper was actually in a real action movie. Some guy who goes around with an axe, kidnapping kids and throwing them off roofs. It could be good, right? Alright, I'd watch it. But anyway, Cliffhanger, great action movie. Kind of an interesting plot, you know. Anyway, this guy, what is it called? Like a professional who climbs mountains. I can't think of what the term's called. Well, anyway, this guy climbs mountains. You know, the funny thing is, here's the funny thing about this DVD cover. I always notice the weirdest dumb shit. You see the DVD cover right here. You know, it's got the snowy mountains in the back. But then look at him. Look, they took him when he was in his tight spandex shorts and his tank top, and they photoshopped that into that scene. Doesn't make much sense, right? Why would you be in the snowy mountains wearing spandex shorts and a tank top? And he's actually sweating, too. I mean, honestly, the 90s didn't really give us much besides grunge music and good action movies. Next up, a $5 Blu-ray. It's We Were Soldiers, and I actually just bought this thing last week on DVD. I know, I double-dipped within a week, and I haven't even seen the movie yet on either format. But I am going to trade this in or something. I just figured if I was going to watch the movie for the first time, a big war movie with Mel Gibson in it, why not just watch it on Blu-ray? You know what I mean? Just get the most bang for your buck. Next up, another double dip, The Prestige, one of my favorite Nolan movies ever made, and it's just a really cool concept about two magicians who kind of take it too far. Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, I just call him Batman and Wolverine, and Scarlett Johansson. My God, so luscious, so plump. I mean, yeah, I just had to, the DVD wasn't enough for this movie. I had to get it on Blu-ray. And the guy at the pawn shop wanted $10 for this, and I offered him $6, and he took it. So, I mean, you just always lowball people in life. Just lowball them and see what happens. You know, the worst they can do is say no. Alrighty, next up, this is the Blu-ray I'm most proud of. This is the one that kind of just, it motivated me, you know. And it's Monsters, Inc. on Blu-ray. It's the 4-disc edition with all the other 3 discs you really don't need. And I already own this on DVD as well, you know, kind of a double dip. But not a big deal because, I mean, this thing right now, used on Amazon, is going for almost $30. I paid $8 for this. They wanted $11, and I was like, nope, here's $8, it's all I got, and it was kind of a lie. But you know what, I didn't want to pay what they wanted for it. It just made me feel more like a man not doing so. You can't go wrong with a Pixar movie on Blu-ray. No matter what, it's going to look good. Alright, so we're going to get into this DVD part of this pickup video, and it's Vegas Vacation. And you know what? A lot of people don't give this movie enough credit. I mean, here's how I like the vacation movies. The first vacation film is the best. That's just a great journey road trip movie. Next up is Christmas Vacation, which you can watch every Christmas, and it holds a place in my heart. And the European Vacation one, I don't even like that. I can't even watch it. I think I've seen it one time, and I don't know what it was. Something was off in that movie. You know, Randy Quaid, he's always funny, even if he's not trying to be. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked this one out, definitely check it out. I'm sure you guys can find this anywhere for a few bucks. Actually, I didn't pay for this. I did the text thing at the pawn shop. If you text them, you get a free DVD, and I actually did that at like 3 or 4 pawn shops. So this one was free. Alrighty, next up, a movie I've been looking for a long time. It's Angels in the Outfield. And it's got Tony Danza in it. Man, oh jeez. But anyway, you know, this is a great kind of Disney movie from the early 90s. Next up, an 80s classic, a movie I haven't seen in a few years. It's starring Patrick Dempsey. It's Can't Buy Love. And what a great definition of an 80s movie. And I mean, look at this. I love those shirts and the glasses in the 80s. God, I wish I was a teenager back in the 80s, man. I think I would have been really cool. Now I just come off as corny and douchey. But yeah, this was actually, this was another free one with the text thing I did. So next up, and another kind of feel-good movie. I don't know, it's kind of depressing when you think about it, but it's Robin Williams in the movie Jack, and I enjoyed this movie. It's fun. You know, Robin Williams, like him or hate him, you know, I like him for the most part, and he has the hairiest forearms of any primate I've ever seen in my life. To help complete the Disney animated collection I got going on right there, it's Cinderella, and this is the, you know, one of the classics I don't own yet, and this was $2, couldn't go wrong there. You know, I'm not a fan of the movie Cinderella. This is more kind of like the girly fairy tale princess one. Next up, and I'm throwing a lot of weird Disney movies at you here, but it's Mighty Ducks D3. I know, it's shit. Honestly, I don't even like this movie. I told myself for like the last 2 months I was never gonna buy it, and it didn't have the right touch. It didn't have the right feel compared to Mighty Ducks 1 and 2. But I already do own 1 and 2, so I had to complete it. You know, once again, you got to complete the collection to feel like a man. And $2, whatever. You know, I'll sell my soul for $2. And last but not least, and I always say that, I know, but this one truly is the least. It's Escape from LA. And talk about corny, campy, not very well done, poorly filmed, crappy effects movie. You know, I love Escape from New York. I love that movie. I bought it on Blu-ray. I love it so much. This one I barely bought on DVD. But either way, it is fun. It truly is a fun movie. It's bizarre in a few ways, but there's little things about the movie I like. There's little things about the movie I actually hate. So anyway, guys, those were all the pawn shop pickups from the trip I took last week. If you haven't seen that video yet, maybe just click right here to watch it. Check it out. It was a fun adventure. Actually, it was almost a waste of gas. You're probably thinking to yourself after you just seen the movies I showed you. But you know what? They're all movies I kind of feel like watching. They're all those weird movies you don't think of, but when you see them, you're like, I kind of want to watch that again. Yeah, well, I guess that's the best way to put it. So anyway, guys, I'm John with the Flick Pick channel, and I'll see you later.